So today I decided to make a video to show you how I set up explosions. Just so happened that I needed to change out my mailbox the other day because the door was broken on it. First thing I thought was I would like to shoot this with some tannerite, see how high I can get it up in the air. So you can see what I've done here. I've got two milk jugs full of water. Right between them I've got a Ziploc bag that I've twisted, got all the air out of. It's got about 2 pounds of tannerite in it. I bought this from U.S. Chemical Supply. It just costs $2 a pound. That's the most fun you can have for $4. I've got a little bit of separation here between the mailbox and the explosive. Reason for that is if I had the mailbox right on top of the explosive, it would just blow it to shreds. I'm thinking that with this, it's actually going to give it a chance to slow down the explosion a little bit before it hits the mailbox. The other thing is the milk jug's full of water, kind of channel the explosion directly up. I've got another one in the back. And before you shoot a tannerite charge, it's always a good idea to make sure that your aim is right. So today that's going to be this right here. I have no idea what that is. I think it's a Christmas ornament. My wife handed that to me and asked me if I wanted to shoot it, and I said, hell yes, I want to shoot that. And so that's going to be the sacrificial target to make sure that the AR I'm shooting this with is on before I shoot that. It's a good idea to spray paint the bag so you got a little bit better aiming point. All right, we're going to back up and see how this works. All right, looks like we got it. Gotta put it on safe. Good on range. Make sure hit that thing dead on. So it turns out that was a Christmas ornament, and something to keep in mind is that if you have a 100-yard zero and you're shooting at say 50 yards, you're gonna have to put that crosshair all the way up here at the top to make sure that you get a shot right here. So I'm actually gonna aim even a little bit higher to get a good shot on this. We're gonna go ahead and set this on top and let it go for a ride. It's gonna be perfect. Yeah, that was pretty good. It did not surprise me that it blew that very cheap metal mailbox into a million pieces. But that was actually pretty good. All right, so this is what we've got left. That is the almost perfectly flattened out mailbox. That's the top of it. Unfortunately, this right here is the only thing we have left of the poor little ornament. It went for a nice ride. And I had a piece of steel right under it. You can see how that explosion kind of bent it downward. Something you'll notice is that anytime you set off one of these, you want to make sure that there is nothing in front of you, that any of that explosion is going to be directed towards the shooter or anybody else. So you would want the explosion right here, and nothing would be in front of that. That's a piece of it over there, and there's another piece of it over there. That's the other door. All right. This next one we're going to do, we're using about 3 or 4 pounds. Again, in a Ziploc bag, crushed all the air out of it, put a zip tie around it. Got 3 milk jugs, just like last time, but this time we got a metal plate on the bottom, a metal plate on the top, and again, a milk jug in the back to give it some packing, channel that explosion up. And you'll notice that the steel is angled away from the shooter. So if it goes anywhere, it's going to be going back here and it'll be totally harmless. But I'm interested to see how high we can get this off the ground. With this one, we don't have to worry about the metal breaking because that's really tough steel. So it's okay to have it right there next to the explosion. It'll actually help it out. But this should go about 300 feet in the air. All right, we're gonna go for a shot. We're gonna put the crosshairs again right on top of that bag because we got the 100-yard zero, and the shot's gonna go a little bit low. Let's see how high it goes. Wow, I think that is a personal best. We're gonna have to see how many seconds that went up in the air, but that may have been about 350, 400 feet. Incredible. So you can see this explosion was pretty intense. Bent that piece of metal down in the ground, but we really only gave that explosion one way to go, and that was straight up in the air. Let's go see where it landed. Yeah, that was definitely a personal best. I don't know how high that went. Maybe somebody who's better at physics than I am will be able to figure that out, but that railroad plate went really deep in the ground. That was awesome.